Good morning students. Then today our topic is absorption of food. In our previous video we have done the digestion of food in all the parts of the alimentary canal, that in a buccal cavity, in stomach and in a intestine. So when the food is digested, now the food is ready for the absorption. And when we are started as a alimentary canal, in our mouth no food material are absorbed there, only some of the medicine drugs are absorbed in that place. When we further go in a stomach part, there also only very less amount of food will be absorbed, like water and glucose. It means that most of the food is absorbed by the small intestine. Approximately 90% of the food material is absorbed from the small intestine. So which type of the surface and which type of the structures are present in a small intestine, those are helping in the absorption of food. Okay, so let's we do that. It is the section of intestine inner area. In this diagram, in intestine, that some of the folding structures are present, and these folding structures are in the lumen of intestine. Some of the folding, just like these type of foldings, are present in the lumen of intestine, and these foldings are known as a villi, either a placia seminolaris. Okay, that in lumen of intestine, that some of the foldings are there, and due to these foldings are known as villi, either placia seminolaris. Okay, these villi are increasing the surface area of intestine to absorb the food material. Its greater increase the approximately large area of intestine that most of the food material can be absorbed from that place. Okay, and the second thing, on the surface of villi, some small projection or hairy structure are also present, and these projection, either hairy structures, are known as microvilli. So these, by the help of these villi, again the area are increasing, and these are helping the most of the food of absorption. Okay, so these are the epithelial cell. In upper side of these epithelial cell, the foldings are there, and these foldings are the villi, and the upper side of villi, the hairy structure are present, and these are known as a microvilli. In each of villi, some of blood capillaries, either some vessels are there. They have a lactal vessel and vein arteries for the supply of a blood. In this area, the arteries is carried the blood inside of that area, and vein is carried the blood outside of that area. It means they are taking blood and enter in the lumen area, and by the help of veins the blood exit it from that area. Okay, in that area the lactal vessel are also present, it also performing their work. In that area many of capillary networks are there. By these the food and other material are carrying to each of the part. So that is the structure of intestine inner area. As we know, in the alimentary canal, 4 layers are there: mucosa, submucosa, serosa, and the lumen of intestine. These type of structure are present, those are increasing, and these structure are helping in the absorption of food. Okay, so by the help of these structure, food can be absorbed easily. As you know, at 90% of the food is absorbed from the small intestine. Okay, the end product of the food materials are, the food is a mixture, that complex food material, and in the complex food the carbohydrate, protein, fats, minerals, water are there, and these are in a food having in a complex structure. When these food is digested, the complex structure of food is break down into a small particles, either a small material. So the carbohydrate end product, it means the carbohydrate lastly break down into glucose, galactose, fructose, mannose. As the same, the protein molecules are break down firstly in a pentose, peptones, and lastly in a amino acid, dipeptides, and lastly in a amino acid. As in a fats, these are also break down largely in a glycerol, fatty acid, di and monoglyceride. It is diglyceride and monoglyceride. So all of these end products are absorbed by the intestine area. The carbohydrate and protein molecules are absorbed through the blood. It means they can be absorbed from the arteries directly by the blood vessels. But the fat material, fats like glycerol, fatty acid, di and monoglyceride, these material are absorbed from the lacteal vessel. Okay, there has a difference that the two parts, the carbohydrate and proteins, these are absorbed by the blood vessels, and the fat material like glycerol, fatty acid, di and monosaccharide, these materials are absorbed by the lacteal vessel. How they are absorbing there? As we know that all the cell, it means how they are be transported in the intestine. The main transportation is divided in a two types. First one is a active transport and second one is a passive transport. Okay, first one is a active. It means when the food is transportations, means that each and every cell, is covered by a bilayered structure that is known as cell membrane. Each cell is covered by a bilayer of cell membrane, and that cell membrane, it means that is a cell membrane. Okay, so those material, it means two mediums are there. One medium will be outside of cell membrane and the second medium is the inner side of a cell membrane. It means the outside of cell membrane, the intestine fluid is there, and inside of the cell it is a cytoplasmic fluid is there. Outside is also a liquid material, liquid medium, and inside is also there a liquid medium. So the food is outside, it means यहाँ इसके आउटसाइडली फूड को एब्जॉर्ब होकर कहाँ आना है, इन इनसाइड ऑफ द सेल. इट्स ऑल्सो सेम स्ट्रक्चर. सो यहाँ फॉर द food entering to inside of the cell, there has a transportation, and this transportation is divided in a two part, that one is active transportation and second one is a passive transportation. Okay, the active and passive transportation we have done in a first year also. For the active and passive transportation, it means in this transportation the material, whatever material is there, it's transported between the two different medium, and these transportation will be a sum of the concentration gradient substance. They will be a same concentration gradient, either a higher to low and low to higher, two different concentration gradient materials, so the transportation will be there. Okay, so the active and passive transportation, that for the transportation it's divided in a two types, simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. Two types से होगा transportation, that one will be a simple diffusion and second one be a facilitated diffusion. In a simple diffusion there will be a no barrier is there, and whatever material is there, it can be transported easily. It can be transported, it is no requirement is there. Supposing that as a water, where the water concentration, it means अगर हम बात करें in a two place, that one place having a large amount of water, quantity of water is very high and the water is flow, and the second apartment the water will be a very less, so the water will flow to a higher concentration to lower area, यानी कि जहाँ that maximum water is there, it will be flow to the lowest area. ठीक है, that is a simple diffusion. But in a facilitated diffusion, that the material is enter from the lower concentration to a higher concentration area. It means the opposite to a concentration gradient. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या होगा, इन दैट एरिया जब हम ट्रांसपोर्टेशन देख रहे हैं, इन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन that the some material, some of the particles are transported from the outside to the inner side of a cell membrane. As we know, the cell membrane is a permeable, impermeable and semi-permeable. So these different type of cell membrane is having different capacity to allow the particles. The permeable membrane, it's again divided in a selectively permeable, semi-permeable. ठीक है, so from the outside area of cell membrane, the material have to enter inside of the cell, and this will be by the two transportation. First is active and second one is a passive. In a active transportation, it is a active, it means the particles are actively can be grow in different medium, but they require the energy for, and the energy, it means in a active transportation they get energy from the ATP. It means for the active transportation the energy is required. In this type of transportation, the particle, the material is transported to a low concentration area to higher concentration area. अब इस चीज़ को हम एक बहुत सिंपली तरीके से कहें कि कोई भी मटेरियल है उसको हम क्या करना चाह रहे हैं, बाहर शिफ्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, और उसको शिफ्ट करने के लिए हमको अगर प्रेशर लगाना पड़े, इट मीन्स वी रिलीज्ड अ एनर्जी, हमें क्या करना पड़ रहा है, एनर्जी रिलीज करनी पड़ रही है. सो दैट एनर्जी इज नोन एज अ एटीपी. इट मीन्स इन अ active transportation the energy is required, and this energy is getted from the ATP. It means in a active transportations the material, food particles, either whatever material is there, it will be transported against the concentration radiation to higher to low concentration area. Now the passive transportation, it means in this no energy is required. Without energy the material can be transported, and in a transportation the transportation will be higher concentration area to low concentration area. तो ये कहाँ होगा, in this the material will be transported from the higher concentration area to low concentration area. So there is a no energy is required. The ATP is not required. ठीक है. In a active transportation, in this transportation the food particles, whatever material is there, it will be transported to lower concentration area to higher concentration area, so that they require the energy. कि हमको क्या करना पड़ रहा है, ज़बरदस्ती पुश करना पड़ रहा है. ठीक है. सो फॉर दैट दे रिक्वायर द एनर्जी, एंड एनर्जी दे विल बी get that energy will be in a ATP form. Okay. So the transportation, now that how the absorption will be of carbohydrate. The carbohydrate end product is glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose. These are the end product of carbohydrate. So in these product, that two of product, it means fructose, mannose, these product can be easily transported by the by the passive transportation. ठीक है. So fructose, mannose, these are the product, carbohydrate product can be absorbed by the epithelium cell of intestine by the process of passive transportation. But the glucose and galactose, these two products are transported by the active transportation. It means they need the carrier. They making the carrier complex, sugar carrier complex, and by these complex the glucose and galactose can be transported from outside from the cell membrane inside of a cell membrane. So for their transportation sodium potassium pump will be working there. यहाँ जो work करता है that is a sodium potassium pump. So it means by the join with the sodium ions the glucose galactose can be absorbed in the human intestine of a intestine area. Okay. Now the second one is the protein. That protein material RB, the end products are proteins are amino acid. So for the absorption of amino acid, membrane will be a selectively permeable. It means that the protein, some of the dipeptides, they can be easily absorbed by the intestine, epithelial cells of a intestine. The dipeptides, it means they can be easily absorbed by the epithelial cell of intestine. But some of the amino acid are be absorbed by the active process, and some of the amino acids are absorbed by the passive process. It means the amino acids are divided in a L amino acid and D amino acids. First one is because the membrane is a selective permeable conditions. So the D amino acids are absorbed by the active process, passive process, and the L amino acid are absorbed by the active process. Okay, now carbohydrate, that some carbohydrate material like fructose, mannose, they can be absorbed by the passive process, and galactose and glucose, they are required the energy to enter in the cell membrane. So these can be transported, these can be absorbed by the active process. As the same in a protein, it means that amino acids can be divided in two types. First are L amino acid, now second are D amino acid. The D amino acid can be absorbed by passive process and L amino acid can be absorbed by the active process. Okay, some of the dipeptide can be absorbed by the epithelial cells of intestine. Now the last is the fatty acids. In fatty acids, it means fats. The end product of fats are glycerol, fatty acid, mono and diglycerol. The glycerol is soluble in water, so it can be absorbed by the intestine, epithelial cell of intestine. तो यहाँ पर that it means protein and carbohydrate, these are absorbed by the blood vessels. The fats material are absorbed by the lacteal vessel. So in fats, the glycerol can be absorbed by easily because it is soluble in water. That some of the monoglyceride, diglyceride, they are depending on their hydrophilic and hydrophobic nature. So they can be easily absorbed by the intestine area. Some minerals, these are can also be absorbed by the intestine. Most of water can be absorbed in the stomach area. So that is the absorption of food. So in that, as we know, in a digestion, if we are taking that step to step, in a digestion, many of the steps has completed. The first step is digestion. It means eating of food material, taking food material inside of mouth. Now, second one is the secretion. It means when we are eating something, that food is entering in the alimentary canal. So the different area of alimentary canal secreted their juice. In a mouth, saliva is secreted by the salivary gland. In stomach, gastric juice is secreted. In intestine, intestinal and pancreatic and bile juice are secreted. These juice are mixed with the food material, so the food is digested. When the food is digested, the fourth is the absorption. Absorption of food. It means that most of the food material is absorbed in a intestine, in a small intestine. When the food is absorbed in a small intestine, now the end product of food it means the rest of the food material is enter in a large intestine. So there will be a no absorption in a large intestine, because when the food enter in a small intestine, it will be a chyle condition. So and most of the food is absorbed in small intestine. So the waste will be, it means undigested part of the food is enter in a large intestine, and from the large intestine this food is stored in a rectum area. So these undigested food is known as a waste product, and this waste product can be stored in a rectum area. So the waste product can be eliminated from the body, from the exit from the body, and they are exiting the waste product from the body is known as the assimilation. It can be known as a defecation. So the last topic of that chapter is defecation. It means exiting of the food, the waste food outside. So the last topic, it means the last part of the digestion is a defecation. So in this defecation, it means end product, it means the feces exited from the body, that is known, it means removal of waste product from the body is known as the defecation. Okay. Defecation, it means when the undigested food come into a large intestine, that food is absorbed in a rectum area, and the stored undigested food is come in a colon area, and from that anus point it can be exited out. So the exiting of the waste product is known as a defecation. It means the formation of feces. The undigested food is known as a feces, and the exiting of that feces is known as a defecation. As we know that the feces having a brown color, the brown color is from by the stercobilin. It means when the bile juice is secreted, the bile pigments give their color to the feces. The bile pigment bilirubin and biliverdin are converted in a mesobilirubinogen, then stercobilinogen, and stercobilinogen then oxidize into stercobilin, and this stercobilin give color to the feces. The brown color of feces is given by the stercobilin. The smell of it, odor of feces having a indole and tryptophan material. So by exiting of, it means the feces, removal of feces is known as a defecation. So that is the your first topic. Digestion has completed. In a complete all the video we have studied the from the starting what is the digestion, the process of digestion, then part of alimentary canal, that mouth, buccal cavity, stomach, intestine, the digestion, their juice, and last the absorption and defecation. It means elimination of waste product. So your topic has completed here. If you have any problem, you can ask. Thank you students. In the next video we will start a new topic.